Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big stories into their essential parts. Today we're diving into a tale of deception, danger, and duty, the prisoner of Zenda. We're looking at the exact moment an ordinary man is forced into an extraordinary role, where his choice will decide the fate of an entire nation. Let's get into it.
So let's dive right in with the impossible choice facing our hero, Rudolf Rassendyll. The thing is, he looks identical to the king of Ruritania, who has just been drugged and kidnapped. And this quote, wow. The king's loyal soldier, Colonel Sapt, gives him this absolutely brutal ultimatum. Either you take the king's place at the coronation, or the whole kingdom falls to the villainous Duke Michael. There is no other option.
The coronation actually goes off without a hitch, but that just makes the crisis even worse. The real king is still missing, and Sapt and his aide Fritz have this awful realization that if Rassendyll leaves now, Duke Michael will just kill the real king and seize power. I mean, this whole deception was only supposed to last for a day. Now they're begging him to continue this dangerous charade indefinitely.
I'll try it. With just those three little words, Rassendyll seals his fate. He completely understands the risk. If he's discovered, it means certain death, but he's all in. He's no longer just a temporary stand-in, he is the king of Ruritania, until the real one can be saved.
So, how does an aimless English traveler even begin to act like a king? Well, his crash course in royalty starts immediately.
And this isn't just about looking the part, it's about survival. Colonel Sapt basically orchestrates Rassendyll's entire day. You can see it all here. Signing state papers, the public ride through the park, that all-important visit to Princess Flavia. Every single one of these actions is a calculated move to build up public support and fight back against Duke Michael's influence. And then comes the ultimate test. Duke Michael, the man behind the entire plot, shows up at the palace. This is a game of high-stakes poker. Rassendyll has to stand there, face to face with the villain, knowing that the Duke is looking at a fraud, not a king. One wrong move, and it is all over.
Just as Rassendyll starts to find a fragile rhythm in his new life, the game completely changes. A mysterious letter arrives, promising information, or maybe luring him into a trap.
It's signed only with the initials AM. And I mean, come on, this message just screams trap. Sapt would forbid it for sure. But Rassendyll understands his position. He is completely isolated. He just can't afford to ignore any potential ally or clue, no matter how dangerous it seems.
So who is AM? Turns out, it's Antoinette de Mauban, a woman trapped in Duke Michael's circle. The Duke actually forced her to write the letter to set up an ambush. But at the last second, her conscience wins. She decides to betray the Duke and warn the very man she was supposed to lead to his death.
The meeting is set for a summer house at midnight. Rassendyll, ignoring all the danger, steps into the darkness. And it's here that he learns the true, brutal scope of Duke Michael's plan.
Antoinette wastes no time. She reveals the Duke's chilling four-step plan, and as you can see, it's a domino effect. Lure Rassendyll, assassinate him, murder the real king, and then finally seize the throne by marrying Princess Flavia. Rassendyll realizes he isn't just a target, he is step 2 in a chain of cold-blooded murder. Antoinette is urging him to run, to save himself. But her warning comes just a little too late. The assassins are already there.
3 men, they're Duke Michael's most loyal killers. They burst in with one single, clear objective: kill the imposter king.
With no time to think, Rassendyll acts on pure instinct. He grabs the only thing he can reach, a small metal table. It's a flimsy, desperate shield against a hail of bullets. And unbelievably, it works. The bullets that were meant for him just slam right into the table. In the chaos, Rassendyll dives through a back door and escapes into the gardens, alive by what you can only call sheer incredible luck. Surviving that ambush changes everything. This is no longer a game of playing a part. It's a real fight for his life and for the king's. And Rassendyll's newfound resolve is immediately put to the test at a grand royal ball. While he's dancing with Princess Flavia, the real king's fiancée, the weight of this whole deception is just crushing. He's falling for her, and she's falling for a man who doesn't even exist. Every part of him wants to tell her the truth, but he knows that one honest word could get them all killed. This entire ordeal, the responsibility, the danger, the constant lying, it has forged a new man. So let's ask,
What's the real difference between the traveler who arrived in Ruritania for a bit of fun and the man who's standing in this ballroom now?
He is a fundamentally transformed person. The lazy, unmotivated man from the first chapter is just gone. In his place is someone acting with immense bravery, shouldering the responsibility for a nation, and making these massive life-or-death decisions. He's found a purpose he never knew he was even looking for.
And this right here is the turning point. Rassendyll is done reacting. After the ball, he makes a bold decision. They are going on the offensive. He gathers Sapt, Fritz, and 10 loyal men. Their destination? The enemy's fortress, the castle of Zenda.
So they set up a base near Zenda, preparing for the final confrontation. All the pieces are on the board. The question is no longer if they're going to fight, but who will be left standing when the imposter's gambit finally collides with the Duke's ruthless ambition.